This is Amanda, the Nerdy Krafter, and I'm back again with our Make It Simple Monday Christmas in July series. And I'm bringing out this set one more time just because it is so stinking cute, and it is an older set, and I want to give it some much needed love in case you have it and you need some inspiration for it. So I'm going to be working with this cute little bear here today, and this is our Christmas cheer set 4666 set. And so this is one we're going to work on. I have already stamped him out in my Lisa Horton Cloud 9 black ink. I like using this ink because it can be used for watercolor and also for alcohol markers. So it is the one that I lean to the most for those projects. So for him, I know I'm going to need some red for his candy cane. So we're going to bring in our 856. He's also going to be a brown bear, so I'm going to bring in 2 of my browns. I like the 947 for a little bit lighter. So for like his belly area will be in the 947, and then for the rest of the bear, I'll probably do a combination of the 969 and the 947. And then for his scarf, let's just go with a typical Christmas theme for $2.49. And I might do a little bit 177. I do like to use a couple different greens. Now the reason I chose to go with the black is I really liked him in a crisper line. So you can go directly with the black. You can do the 2-color, the 969 and the 565 2-color process. Whatever way works for you. Sometimes I use the markers and sometimes I like the black. But because there are so many different colors in him and the candy cane and all that, I just felt it was easier to go ahead and stamp him off in black. So white and then red. And do every other little line here. Candy cane for his hat. Now with the red, I do find I generally need to do 2 or 3 layers for the hat or for the red. It is a color that just takes a little bit more build up. Oh, I forgot to bring color in for the bell also. And then candy cane, we'll do red, then white, then red. Now, if you are in a hurry, I do tend to, if I'm going to go directly to paper with my pens, the 2 that I will generally do that with are my yellow and my red, because I want the colors to pop a little bit more. So if you are in a hurry and want to take that pen directly to paper, you are more than able to do that. And sometimes I'll come back in and just do my darker areas with that also. Okay, so now for my cute little bear, I'm going to do his tum-tum in this lighter shade. And I did go up a little bit into the scarf, but I can pick up a little bit of it, but I'm going to be going over it with the greens, so that will hide that little oops right there. And then the rest of the bear, I'm going to do the darker color first. Now, since his face is more this direction, I'm assuming the light's coming from the left into the right. And so I'm placing the darker shade on this right-hand side this time. Now to lighten up this color, there's two different ways we can do it. So one, just more water and just bringing in a little bit lighter of that shade. I do like to try to keep the face area a little lighter. It does give it a little bit more dimension. The other option I can do is bring in a little of that 947 and mix the two colors together for that lighter. So a combination of lighter water, or more water, I should say. And the lighter color really help make a difference. Another thing I like to do is kind of come in, and this is fur. So if I pat in the color, so I've laid down a portion of the color already, but I come in and I kind of tap it in a little bit. It gives it a little bit more texture and dimension to the color. So it's not a solid line of color at that point. And I find it helps give a little bit more dimension to the fur. So I hope everybody's having fun and working on all of their amazing Christmas cards. I love getting started early with Christmas. I know every year I say, I'm going to just start Christmas in January, and it's a great thought, but so much happens, and the life happens, and the world happens, and I do not get started anywhere near as early as I need to for my sets. So having Christmas in July come out kind of jumps me into all of my Christmas projects. So I am so grateful for that. Although I am a person that is not into Christmas music being played in the stores until right after Thanksgiving. I go into the store in October and I start hearing Christmas music. I'm like, no, let me have my Thanksgiving. And then I love Black Fridays, like the day I want to start hearing Christmas music. And I know some years Christmas or Thanksgiving lands a little later, so we may need a little more time for decorating, so I understand putting Christmas decorations up a little sooner, but the music on the radio and all of that, I much prefer to have it a little bit later. He is just a cutie patootie little bear. I'm going to bring in just a little bit of pink so I can give him some rosy cheeks. Now, when I do the pink for rosy cheeks, I do dilute that quite a bit with water because this pink is a little vibrant. Otherwise, I think I actually did it a little too much, which is good. I would much rather have to bring my pink out again. Than having it too dark. Now I might come in with this pink and just give his little nose a little bit, give his mouth just a little bit. I'm going to darken up his eyes because that is what makes him, and then we do need a little bit of the 565. And the 969. So I am building up that gray that we like. So doing that combo of the brown, the blue and the brown, pinching that off a little because I need to bring in some shadows to his hat. Pat that out a little bit. I'm just pushing the color back a little, but I'm really close to that red, so I want to be very careful when I'm pushing that color back, because red is one that will seep in wherever it can. I also want to give him a little ground to stand on so he's not floating out in outer space here. And last but not least is his little bell. And I'm going directly to the paper with him, and then also with the red. I'm just going to tap in a little bit darker back at the back here. Perfect. And then I'm going to bring in the Winsor Newton Gold. And I'm going to add some gold to his little bell here. And actually from last week, we made this little penguin, and I'm going to add a little bit of gold also to his star. So stinking cute. All right, so we have our little Christmas bear. He is adorable. I'm just trying to think if I need any more. I think I want just a little bit more ground for him. Perfect. And then maybe some sky. So 526. Just give him a little bit of sky. So when I'm doing the sky, I like to do a wet on wet. I find it really helps the blues to move around. And there we go. All right. A Christmas Wish for You. I'm going to grab out my glue. I have an 1/8 inch border here. I just find that helps to frame it. And last but not least, we always need to sign our work. And here we go. Wishing a Christmas wish for you with this adorable little bear from the Christmas Cheer set. Thank you so much for joining me again. My name is Amanda the Nerdy Crafter. I will see you later. Let's see what you create with your Make It Simple Monday. Talk to you later. Bye.